Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Welcome back to Fueling Your Legacy, and we have an awesome lineup this week. We're going to be talking about health and how that fits into your legacy and what you're building as a tradition around your family, but also inside of yourself. What type of example are you setting? So we're going to go over a few different examples of why health is important, and then what aspects of health would we want to focus on. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a book review on The Plant Paradox. It's going to be an awesome review. It dives very much in depth into what types of foods are good for you, what are not good for you, and although that's a very general thing because different foods are good for different people, what is the message that plants are sending us by their coloring, by their taste, things of that nature. And then on Friday, we are having just the coolest guest ever. I don't know how to say his last name. His first name's Eric. And he's a chiropractor that does a lot of wellness and wholeness in his practice. The first time I heard him speaking, I was at an event, and he went just way deep into the microbiome in your gut and how that's affecting everything, and what is really your first brain, your gut, or is your first brain what we all consider your brain? And he has a pretty convincing argument. I'm super excited to bring him to you guys and make sure that you guys get a chance to hear from him. He also focuses a lot on how to have a healthy emotional relationship with health. Too many people, in my experience, and myself included, we sometimes get in a habit or a rut of thinking that health is too hard to achieve, and so we just kind of put it off, or we have this negative opinion of ourselves saying that we're unhealthy, and then that's what is kind of driving us to get better. But oftentimes, well, I would say most of the time, when we have negative thought processes and then we try and impose our negative thought processes onto ourselves so we can get better, then it doesn't work, because what you focus on, you get more of. And so if you're focusing on the negative aspects of your health, or the negative aspects of your relationship, or the negative aspects of your budget, whatever it is, if you're focusing on the negative and then you're attempting to increase your whatever by focusing on the lack thereof or the scarcity thereof, well, then you're just going to get more scarcity, unfortunately. And so he has some really great suggestions on how to really make sure that we're focusing on the right aspects of our health and being kind to ourselves as well. So stay tuned for those. Again, Plant Paradox on on Wednesday, and then Eric is going to be on Friday. Just killer powerhouse speaker, and definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to health. But in our own personal lives, why is health important for our legacy? So there are a few people who have been able to manage to have a good faith life, we would say. They've had a good family life, and they made tons of money, but they kind of just overlooked their fitness. And as a result of not putting all of their or really taking care of their fitness, then they've died of various causes, whether that's diabetes or obesity, or some people have even died of more serious things like cancer, tumors, things like that. But ultimately, if we were to take care of our health more and be more focused on our health as an equal part of our legacy, then we would be able to receive greater enjoyment of what we ended up building. A classic example to me is of what maybe I don't know if I would say I don't want to be, but it's just something to recognize, is Larry H. Miller. In Utah, he owns a lot of things, a lot of car dealerships and doctor's offices, just a ton of different things. Very wealthy man. He was, anyways, used to own the Jazz for a time. And then he got diabetes, had to have his legs amputated because of his diabetes, got an infection, and died by age 63 or 64. but that's a completely preventable disease. It wasn't that he didn't have the money to take care of himself healthy or get a dietitian or somebody to help him know exactly how to eat and what to eat and make sure that he was healthy. He ended up missing out on years of his life. I mean, right now for the average 60-year-old, their life expectancy is well into their 80s, if not 90s. And so he lost anywhere from 20 to 30 years of his life or potential life just by lack of being proactive and taking care of his health. And so each one of us, we have to think about that. Well, what are we doing to take care of our health? Are we getting the sleep that we need to make sure that we're doing that? Are we getting our bodies energized so that we can actually fulfill our commitments in the workplace and as parents? I know that I just had a baby last Thursday, and sleep is I don't know that there's anything worth more than sleep right now. You could hand me a bar of gold, or you could hand me some sleep, and I would probably take the sleep at this point because I really need sleep. But that sleep actually is essential in a health plan, making sure that you're sleeping well. If you talk to like Michael Jordan, some of these greater people, the greats, Olympians, the best in their field or class, most of them will tell you that they're sleeping anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a night, making sure that they're very well rested before they get up and then they go hit their workouts hard. They hit their careers hard, and they end up being the best at what they do. And a lot of that is a consistent sleep schedule that is almost that gets guarded more than anything else. Like, they do not let things mess up their sleep cycles. And so that's one area of health that I'm working on, definitely going through some struggle here, and then consistently working out. What I like about what Eric is going to share more on Friday is that we don't need to focus on all the big grand things in our health. If we just focus on the small, simple things, we'd be significantly healthier than if we tried to do these massive overhaul diets, intense workout plans, all those things. If we just focus on the small, simple things, we're going to be significantly better off as a habit and as long-term. So stay tuned for the health, the plant paradox, and what we should be ingesting. And then stay tuned for Eric as far as the mindset of health and how we can apply that into our lives better. And then how can we recommit to our New Year's resolutions about being healthy? Because statistically, about 3 weeks after New Year's, everybody's done with their New Year's resolutions. They've given up and they are sitting at home. So how can we recommit to those and make sure that we don't give up on our goals? And that is all for today. And next time we'll catch you on Fueling Your Legacy. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.